Hey, blue collar and home service business owners, if you are considering using Jobber to manage the back office of your business, then this video is exactly for you. I'm going to take you through the entire setup process after you choose a plan for your Jobber account. I'm going to show you how to create customers, how to send quotes, how to schedule jobs, how to send invoices, and even how to collect payments inside of Jobber. We absolutely love using Jobber inside of our business. My name is Austin. I'm with Bear Claw Land Services. We've claimed over $2 million inside the app since implementing Jobber into our business, and I absolutely love using the app. It saves me at least 10 hours a week of back office admin time, and it streamlines everything. It keeps it all in one spot, and I'm going to show you under the hood. So if you're still considering whether or not it's right for you, you can see the whole behind the scenes process of what it actually looks like in the app. And if you don't have a Jobber account yet, you can use the link right down here in the description to get 20% off your first 6 months. You can use go.getjobber.com/OWNROPS. Let's dive into the video. Now that we're back on the home page here, after you have chosen your plan, we're going to set up the invoicing. So it has a nice checklist that you can run through. So we're going to click on this, we're going to create our first invoice. So what we're going to do is create a new client. We're going to say John Smith, John Company. If this is a residential customer, you can leave this blank. If it's a B2B customer, like another builder or general contractor you're working for, you'd put their company name there. Okay, then you'd put their phone number here, 123-456-90. Okay, email john@testing.com. Communication settings, lead source, you always want to understand where you got that customer from. All right, and then you're going to input their address here, 123 John Smith Lane, Johns, Colorado. Okay, and then you would go down here and you click Save Client for testing purposes here. Okay, invoice for John Smith. Let's say that you just now completed a job. Let's say stamped concrete. We're going to change the payment terms to upon receipt, issue, date sent, salesperson. Make sure you choose that so that you can track your commission if you have any commission involved. If left unpaid, we'll automatically send an email to the client. Okay. So here's where you can set up your automations. So follow up with clients 2 days after quotes are sent. This is the powerful part that I was talking about from the difference between the core and the grow plan. So you can see 2 days after quotes are sent, status is awaiting response. Notify the client by text or email with this message. Hi, it's the dynamic first name tag here. We just wanted to send a quick note to see if you had a chance to look at the quote we sent recently. We're happy to answer any questions you might have. We're excited to get to work. So if you'd like to proceed, let us know and we can get started. Thanks. Then it puts your company name there and your default phone. Okay. This is what it looks like whenever you send the email. And this is what it looks like whenever you send a text message. So this is really cool. It's automatically going to follow up. This is why I believe that that plan is important. All right. So let's go back to home. We're going to go to enable invoice reminders. We want to follow up with clients on the day invoices are due at 8 a.m., 0 days after invoices are due. And only if status is awaiting, notify the client by text or email with this message. The nice thing is this is already set up really nicely for you. Hi, this is a reminder that payment on invoice 47 is 3 days overdue. Okay. Text message, hi, dynamic tag. This is going to pull in their first name. Just a quick note about your outstanding invoice from Bear Claw Land Services or Creekscapes in this scenario. So click save there, click save here. All right. And then that should be set up. And then we are going to click on organize your schedule. So here, I just want to show you around this real quick before we jump into the scheduling guide, but Jobber does a really good job of onboarding you. So watch this video internally, and then you can read the scheduling guide. But I'm going to bounce. So this is the schedule, but I want to go back over to Bear Claw. Let's see. I want to show you this, what it looks like actually in use. We're going to log out here. So this is what our August schedule looks like. We've got multiple jobs on the books. Each job contains details about the quote Every time you send a quote, it links up with the job, and that job, whenever you close it out, will link up with the invoice. So it's very streamlined. All right. So you can see our September schedule here, October. We're able to book these out in the future. You can see we are booked out all the way until almost the end of January at this point, third week of January. Now, what's important is that whenever we go into a job here, our whole field crew has an app with Jobber. Whenever they log in, so whenever the guys come into work that day from their mobile app, they'll be able to see this job with any notes that have been created about the job. You can see that he took a screenshot of a text message with the client, and I'm sure there was a specific request there. You can see that we have maps from Onyx that are drawn up for our scope of work here. If you're not familiar with Onyx maps, we use that specifically for marking up the properties. It creates property boundaries, and you can easily mark it all up. We take screenshots and put those inside of the notes here. Okay, so that's what the schedule looks like internally. All of your crew will have access to that. All right, now I'm going to go back to the setup for the Creekscapes account. Okay, so a couple other things on setup that we're going to go through. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to settings, and we want to make sure that your company details are set up properly. We're going to go down through each and every one of these, and we're going to make sure that everything is set up correct. All right, so add your phone number, add your website URL, add your email address, add your tax settings. If you are selling taxable products, if you are selling services, double check with your state, county ordinance, but oftentimes services, you don't need to worry about that. But if you are recharging your customers for products, then you likely need to work with your local jurisdiction to ensure that you're charging enough for sales tax. Okay, this is for online booking, your business hours, regional settings, go ahead and set that up. All right, we're gonna go to business profile. Okay, yeah, so this is cool. You can generate AI content. It will analyze your website. Creekscape specializes in high quality concrete, decorative. Make sure to edit. Okay, that's great. Outline your key policies on scheduling, cancellations, free initial consultations, clear upfront project, flexible scheduling to accommodate client availability. They don't do this. We do in our business. I recommend you do. They just don't down there. So I'm going to take this out. Cancellations accepted. 1 year. Full compliance with local building and safety codes, services, decorative concrete patios, driveways and walkways, stamping colored, retaining walls and landscape borders. Nope, they don't do this. Custom concrete features. Okay. We're going to add, let's go recents, Creekscapes. So we're going to go color picker, pick a color from page. Do that. Do accent color. Oh, come on. Okay, save. So add your Facebook page there. Add your Instagram account, Google business profile URL, Google Maps. Click on that. All right, so what you want to do is you want to go find your Google business profile, and then you want to click share, and then you want to copy this link, and then you'll go back here, click Google business profile, save that. All right, let's make sure everything's saved here. All right, so go ahead and save all of that. Then we're going to go to products and services. And we're going to go and we're going to type in service, and we're going to do stamped unit price. Jackson, if you're watching this, you want to go in here and you want to do stamped concrete, and you want to put parentheses wood plank, and then you want to go into stamped concrete like Italian slate, do all your different patterns, and then put all your different pricing for each one by changing the unit price there. I'm going to leave this one blank. All right, upload image. So go ahead and update that, and then go here and then do your other service. You're going to go 3 Okay, and you're going to upload that. These services will automatically pop up as templates whenever you go and create a quote. You'll have the quick ability to click that whenever you create a quote. All right. Now let's go down here. Costs. Add costs to your products and services on quotes and jobs. This is for your internal purposes if you want to track job costing. Import products and services. If you have a CSV spreadsheet created of all your services and all your pricing, you can import there. Don't email me asking for help with this because I don't ever do that. I don't scrub data. I'm not an expert in that. I just input the templates in the service. Export products and services. Okay, once again, you can export that. Please don't email in because I'm not a data scrubber. Custom fields. So custom fields, you'll find this for your business. What we use is we have a separate mailing address that we have to collect checks. So I do add field and I say mailing address. And then I say, please mail checks to, and then I put my mailing address there. All right. So that is on every single quote. Property custom fields. Sometimes you'll have to get creative with what you need to track with your properties. So that can come later on. Quote custom fields, job custom fields, invoice custom field, team custom fields. Okay, there's nothing really that you need to absolutely set up right now. Just know that these exist if you want to get more custom for what appears on your quotes. Okay, jobber payments. Now you need to go collect your bank account. So you'll need to click get started. You need to verify your business details. You'll need to have your form SS4 handy, or that's what it is in Colorado for your LLC. Whatever form that shows that you're a verified business in your state registered, you need to have that information. Okay. I know that this is a pain in the butt for most of you, just if you're like me. I don't like doing this stuff, but you need to just do this. Just hammer through it right now. Go get the stuff, hammer through it, because if you think, oh, I'll procrastinate it and I'll come back to it, you're not going to come back to it. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. So just get started and then connect your bank account here. When you connect your bank account, you're going to be able to send invoices to collect payments via ACH and credit card. This is awesome. All right. This saves you so much time running around. And look, we still accept checks because we still sell to 50, 60 and pushing 70-year-old clients. And a lot of them still want to accept checks. And I have to dedicate time on Monday to go to the post office, pick up checks, run to the bank, deposit them. And you may think, awesome, that doesn't really take that much time. And no, you're right. It doesn't. But it takes brain space and it takes focus time away from you spending your time on the most important things that you can do to grow your business. All right. I'm telling you, the more checks and the more running around you have to do, the more backlog you have, the more things you have to do, and the less time that you can spend marketing and selling your business. I believe that marketing and selling and optimizing operations are like the three most important things that you can do as an owner in your business. So the reason I collect online payments and give my clients the option, I will gladly pay a 1% ACH transaction fee all day, every day for any amount of money if it saves me or somebody on my team from running around, picking up checks, chasing checks, depositing checks, doing all that stuff. Like we have everything logged online here. Okay, let's go back here. Expense tracking. Okay, you can create your own accounting codes. This isn't necessary right now. I don't think it's necessary to get started. Once you hire somebody back office, you can have them, or your bookkeeper, you can have them dive in here and they can do that. I don't ever mess around with this stuff. I like to market, I like to sell, and I like to close deals. And I like to track and look at the data, right? So automations, let's go through here. Okay, we've already gone through that. Follow up with clients 2 days after quotes are sent. Follow up with clients the day after invoices are due. This right here is worth the additional $100 per month for the jump from the core plan to the plus plan, in my personal opinion. Like I will pay that extra $100 all day, every day to have invoice and quote follow-ups done for you. Once again, it's like, how much is your time worth as an owner? If it saves you having to pull out of marketing and selling and going into the system and like thinking about who I need to follow up with because I sent quotes 3 days ago. No, just let the system do it for you. The quicker you can leverage automations and software in your business on things that are manual and bog your brain down, the quicker you're going to grow your business. Team organization, manage team. This is where you can add team members. All right. We're going to add a user. Quotes. Add a reminder to your calendar to check on quotes that haven't been converted after 3 days. All right. Once you upgrade to the Plus plan, this should be handled for you if you have those automations set up. Jobs, default and arrival window. I don't really worry too much about this. All right. I offer a high ticket service. And so it's not like we're stacking jobs like a lawn care business is, like 8 to 8:50 or 9 to 9:50. And we're going to be there at 9. So I don't really worry about the job notifications. If you are in a lower ticket service, sure, like dive into this, go on the Jobber website. They have tons of help resources. I don't worry too much about this. Invoice subject. I click use quote or job title as invoice subject is available, because if you title it like Stamp Concrete, it's going to say the invoice is going to be for Stamp Concrete. Invoice payment due. I always do upon receipt, right? Because cash flow is the biggest constraint as a small business owner. You need to collect cash as soon as humanly possible after completing the services. Okay, so I always put my invoice payments due on receipt. Invoice reminders, setup schedule reminders, reassign all incomplete invoice reminders assigned to. Okay, statements. You need to conduct your own research on this. I'm not going to provide any advice on contracts or disclaimers because of liability purposes. Okay, if you need to put a contractor disclaimer at the bottom of your statement, do there. Chemical tracking, that's for full service business owners. I'm not a full service. If you are, go to the research on the Jobber website. Okay, we're going to go to schedule, set up your Jobber calendar to apps like iCal or Google Calendar. Okay, you can set up your Google Calendar here. Visit the help center to do that. I don't do it internally, but if you want to, you can. Availability, business hours, working hours, calendar colors, day sheet options. Okay, this is all good. Oh, provide space for notes on each job, update settings. Then go to location services, track time automatically when near a visit. This is for like lawn care providers. We are going to experiment with this with our snow plowing business, but if you're a high ticket service, project based, you don't need to worry about this. Route optimization. Once again, this is for lawn care, snow plow, service business owners. So if that's you, I will do separate videos on that. This video is tailored to high ticket project based home service business owners. Job forms. Make a question required to ensure your team captures important details in the moment. These are more for like visit based home services. So I'm going to skip over this. Client communication. All right. So this is your client hub. Your clients will have the ability, whenever they send a quote, they'll be able to access the quote and accept the quote online. They'll be able to pay you the deposit right there. So they get their own little profile. They can also store payment methods on file with your system, which is pretty freaking sweet. Because if you're doing recurring work for somebody, you can just ask them if the next time you go, if you can just charge the card on file. It's awesome. I had this happen for a $24,000 invoice just 2 nights ago. Emailed them, hey, we've got the deposit on file or the card on file from the deposit. You mind if I run the card for the $24,000 payment with the ACH payment that's on file? Yep, that's great. Got that email. Boom, charged it. Didn't have to chase the check. Didn't have to do anything. The system tracks all the payments. Okay, allow clients to navigate and see a list of all sent quotes and invoices to them. Require client signatures. So you'll be able to see whenever you send a quote to a client, whenever they sign it and approve it, which is awesome. Okay, they can also request changes on the quote right here, and you'll get a notification about that. They can also appointments. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off for this business because we're just project based, higher ticket. Referral settings. Clients can refer a friend. Keep this on. This is awesome. Okay, you want to customize the messaging and incentives your clients and their referred friend will see. Go here and click edit. Hi, Escapes did some great work for me recently. Contact them here if you're interested. This allows them to just click some buttons from their profile and send it to other friends. So allow existing clients to log into your client hub by adding the following URL to your website. If you want to add this to your website to where they have a login, you can copy this URL, send it to your web developer, and add it to your website. Not 100% necessary at all. All right, now let's go to emails and text messages. Unlock access to SMS features like on my way texts, quote follow-ups, and booking confirmations by upgrading to a paid plan. If you have the Plus plan, you will be able to do two-way texting back and forth. All right. Okay, all this should be good. Booking confirmation. I keep all of these general on the templates. And then if you want to customize them, this is where you would come. So whenever you send a new quote, this is the template that's going to be sent every time. Thank you for asking us to quote on your project. The quote total is, and it will dynamically pull the quote total for that quote. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us at your email, sincerely, and then it will insert the business name. So that's fine. I've never changed that on mine. Quote approval. Hey, so when the client approves a quote and they sign the quote and they click approve, they will get a notification that says, hi, customer, we've received your approval of quote number 2345. Thank you for choosing us. We'll be in touch soon with the next steps. Please find a signed copy of the approved quote below. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Once again, keep that the same. Jobs. Whenever you schedule a job, they're going to get a notification. Hi, thank you for booking with us. This is your address that you put in for the client details, and then estimated arrival time is there. Whenever we get to the job section, I'll show you how to create the job. Automatically notifies the client about an upcoming visit. That's great. So I actually turn these off because our schedule changes, right? And whenever we put something on the schedule in Jobber, that's a placeholder. And if we're over or under by a day, what I don't want to happen is the visit reminder to send the client a notification when we are coming out if our schedule has changed. So I turn that off, especially for project-based businesses. Job form, copy of job form. Okay, chemical treatment, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, send a job follow-up to request a survey. Hi, if you have any questions about the work or service our team has provided you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We work really hard to provide the best experience for our customers and always look ways. If you have a second to answer a short survey below, okay, they can click that and you'll get notified about that. So I keep that on. Invoices. This is when you send a new invoice, the client gets notified. Thank you for your recent business with us. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this invoice, so I keep that the same. Payment and deposit receipts. This email has a receipt attached for payment. Okay. Every time that you close out an invoice, you can click send a receipt and the customer will automatically get a receipt here. I keep it all the same. Copy of the client's billing history. Yep. Once again, keep all this the same. Request a payment method on file. So in our snowplowing business, we request payment methods on file so that we can charge each time that we go out there. All right. So if you want to request a payment on file, this is the email that will be sent out to them. I keep this the same. Signed documents. We've attached a signed document to the email. Okay. I keep all these the same. Request. Ask questions to gather all the information. So we're going to customize your form here. So this is going to be a request that after this, I'm going to ask you to copy this and send it to your website developer. Put this on your form. So we're going to go here. We're going to copy that. Okay. All of this is a template, so keep that there. And then we'll say what, and then we're going to change this to, we're going to delete that section, and then we're going to go down, we're going to click add a new section, and we're going to say drop down. All right, we're going to say what, we're going to say, let's do that, and let's do, all right, customer availability section. This basically tells, when they tell you when they're available for a site visit. So we're going to update that information right there. And you can also get creative with the form, right? You can ask more things, but I recommend keeping it simple. And then what we're going to do here is, where is it? We're going to go preview form. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. So whenever they go on your website, they're going to be able to choose all of this and then fill it out and you'll get a notification. Okay, successfully saved settings. Now we're going to go back to settings. We're going to go back down to requests, and then we're going to go to change that to at least 1 business day away. Analytics, if you have your Google Analytics code, you can add the tracking here. You can add this, so you can either do one of two things. Well, I recommend this first. Let's view the embed options. So what you're going to do is you are going to copy this code, and then you're going to go to your website, Word. We're going to do that. All right, so this form will be updated right here. And then basically it's going to collect this information, send it to Jobber, and then notify you. So that's what that's going to do. All right, so we're going to embed the form option. So I copied that code. I sent it to my website. guy, and then we're going to update that. Now what's going to happen, once again, whenever that customer fills out that form, you will get notified, and then that will show up as a request over here. Cancel, make sure to update those settings. So then whenever that client fills out the form, they're going to show up as a request here. All right. Okay. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to customize your, let's X out of this. You can click on it. Okay. Go watch this video too and review the request guide. You can basically track when people are requesting a quote from you. What we're going to do is we're going to go back here to settings, and we're going to do, I believe it's business profile. Okay. Then we're going to go here, edit settings. So here is where you can edit your quote templates. So the contract disclaimer, if you have any sort of legal language that you want to put in, add that here. A deposit in the amount of X amount will be required to begin. That is something that you can toggle on or off on the quote whenever you create quotes. All right, so all these default messages are pretty good. Contract disclaimer, we can be called for touch-ups and small changes for the next 3 days after that all work is final. I'm going to go ahead and take that out right here, save those changes. And then thank you for your business. Please contact us with any questions. Okay, I like the default. The style after you upload your logo is here. Everything is good. But I just wanted to let you know that is where you edit if you want to edit your quotes, jobs, or invoices. Now, once the templates are set up, you're going to be ready to quote, schedule, and invoice. And we'll cover all of those in the videos to go in more detail here. I know this was a long one, but I hope that it helps you get your account set up. And I hope it answers questions that you have about getting Jobber set up for your business. Jobber is the best tool, in my opinion, from my research for service-based businesses under 5 million. If that's you, I wouldn't waste any time looking at any other product. And once again, disclaimer, I do get a commission from this. If you use my link, you actually get a discount if you use my link. So it's a win-win scenario for both of us, and I sure appreciate it if you are getting value out of these videos. I would sure appreciate it if you would use that link. Once again, it is go.getjobber.com/ownerops, OWNROPS. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask these in the school community in the chat, school.com/ownerops, skool.com/OWNROPS. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, work hard, do your best, never settle for less.